Hi everybody, I'm Seamus.
I'm Josh.
I'm Rootscarn.
I'm Mumbles.
And I'm Chris, and we're playing a thing.
We are playing the best game to come out of the year 2015. This is Contradiction. This is a game from like a weird mirror universe where
no, it's not.
FMV games kept getting made.
No, that's not a weird mirror universe. That's the universe that we deserve. No, and I mean that in the best and worst possible ways.
That's not... Okay, we need to actually...
That's how arguments
resetting
go these
the
days,
game didn't show us the fucking... No.
We're so professional that not only did we
watch the
on our
intro
6th year, not only did we fail to start the intro on our anniversary episode, but that was our second attempt at saying our names.
It turned subtitles off again. We turned those on because people were saying, "Oh, I can't hear the dialogue."
Okay, so I've been on this show a quarter of my life.
My name is Jenks.
All right.
He has too. So he's Jenks. That's the name we're going with.
That's his name.
Jenks. And he's investigating the death of this hat. We're gonna find out who killed that hat.
We gotta figure out who murdered the hat.
Who would do it? Detective Spank Jenks is on the case.
Whether this was murder. Kate
why doesn't we have until tomorrow morning?
To be a bright, confident, fun-loving PhD student with everything to
general
live for.
bureaucratic
However,
nonsense, I suppose.
He's paid by the hour.
Revealed in her medical records suggests that in reality,
I'm just trying to figure out a world where, like, okay, Detective Steve, you have exactly 3 hours to figure out whether she was murdered or if it was a suicide. Like, that seems ridiculous.
Okay, so my working theory here is that Jenks really sucks, and they just wanted to get him out of the office for like 6 hours and send him on some stupid wild goose chase.
Where did she get it?
Goof chase.
Kate was known to be
No, I think you were right the first time. This is definitely a goof chase.
May, in part, have something to do
I submitted the DNA evidence for review. It'll be back in 2 years. Oh, well, that's slightly past your deadline.
Based on a large stately home on the outskirts of the village, the exclusive.
Yeah, where is this? Where this guy can get DNA evidence overnight?
Both were interviewed.
I don't think
Atlas is run by his father and son team, Paul and Ryan Rand. Oh, come on!
To distance themselves and Atlas.
What's that?
But it's a British game. Do they really know anything about
That's a
American
reference to
politicians?
Bioshock, Mumbles.
Atlas and their questionable methods, which many have suggested border on mind control.
Oh, and there's something that says somebody was named Atlas in there too.
Landlady of Edenton's village pub, the George and Dragon.
By the time you get to level 5, you will be a bird, which means you can escape from the fire that you were threatened by in step 4.
One of Kate's friends was Emma Bowman.
So this is an FMV murder mystery adventure game.
So to solve the mystery, eventually Jenks has to turn himself into a big daddy to get through a door.
Hadn't seen Kate that night.
Yeah.
It turned out her boyfriend.
He has to go under that lake.
Simon Thompson met Emma at
Can I just say that, so, I'm going to be making fun of this game a lot, and whether or not it deserves it, I've never seen it before, but we were listing off a lot of possible 6th anniversary episode choices, from porno visual novels to My Little Pony fanfiction games or whatever, and then Josh said, oh, also I've got this FMV murder mystery game, and I'm like, sold. That's the only game I want to play from now on.
Alright, so
we're ready to begin the game.
So
okay,
here we are.
Let's go to the pub and get hammered. Screw this case. Why are you knocking on the door of a pub? That is not how pubs work.
Okay, so it's sometime after 5 p.m. and the pub isn't open. I guess.
What kind of communist dystopia
It's a sundown
is this?
So this
looks like the Everybody's Gonna Rapture town. Oh, it almost looks exactly like it.
I'll tell you what
all England looks like.
Yes,
it's not even a real place.
It's an it's an indie FMV game, but you gotta give it to them. They at least found really nice, picturesque locations.
So you just kind of wander around here in like a Myst-esque sort of first-person adventure game stuff. Occasionally you'll walk around and you'll see stuff, and a little icon will appear down here, and then we'll get to see Jenks extremely animatedly pick up stuff and pickpocket it, and just like he's kind of actually like something of a kleptomaniac.
Wow. Somebody dropped this key. If they dropped it around here, they probably use it around here. I should pick it up and carry it far away.
Trusting, leaving a bike unlocked.
I'll say this about Jenks. He may be the worst detective who ever lived, but he is really good at making maps. He colored that thing in and everything. That's gorgeous
look at
work.
this. Hey, I need to go talk to these suspects, but they left a screwdriver lying around, so I'm just gonna fucking take it.
Look at him. He looks like he's getting away with something. Haha, I'm taking evidence from the scene of a possible suspect.
Alright, Jenks, we thrown out all of your evidence because it's horseshit, and we are finding you guilty of... Whoa. Is that...
Who is this motherfucker?
Is that sexy Gary Busey?
I've also heard him described as
England look
blonde.
like elves, or is that
You
just...
can just go through here if you want.
This guy.
I've also heard him described as blonde Benedict Cumberbatch, which I can see.
Jenks.
What's all this about?
There was a
No,
death
he's
in
not
the
as
village.
ugly.
Kate Vine, I believe you both knew her.
Yeah. Do you need to speak to both of us?
Definitely play up this angle over the next hour of how much you hate Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh my god.
And you can piss off everyone.
Is it okay?
Please, make yourself at home.
He's
Put
a
your
real
hat on a
person.
hook. Put your bullwhip in the umbrella stand. Just anything you need.
I know who he reminds me of. He the Jenks. He reminds me of the main bad guy from Time Chasers.
He reminds me...
Okay, so basically we have all of this like information and stuff in our inventory in air quotes, and we can ask people
him about his
them.
screwdriver. Ask him if he has any...
It is
your
your
fucking
screwdriver about the screwdriver.
Don't you lie to me! I'll have you up before the assizes, you git!
When was the last time you
And
saw
this is the best part of the game, is this
last
conversation
finance
minigame
meeting.
here, where
Did
you
you
get to
see her
watch
after the meeting?
Jenks overact.
How long have you known Kate?
That would be when we started Atlas.
He looks like David Tennant's
months ago.
dad.
Did you socialise outside Atlas?
Jenks.
How would you describe her?
He's kind of
What sort of
Yeah,
person was
playing up
He looks like David
Tennant
Homeowner.
sort of angle.
Talented. She was full of life, you know? Sharp, quite sharp.
Not so
Would
much
you
now, though,
say
but, you know.
she had any emotional problems?
Please tell me that
Her
in
mood-
all our massive
her mood
kleptomania,
changed.
we find a
And,
different
well, there
hat
was
to
the
wear.
drinking problem.
What about the hat that
No.
got killed at the beginning? Do we get to wear that
We
one? Is that
almost
the end of the
lose
game?
the
Is
hat
we get
at
to wear
some
that
point.
one?
She would reek of the stuff. I mean, everyone knew, but nobody really said anything.
So,
I'll be honest, I only read like every
It's
third
just a
line at the
business
bottom because reading is so boring.
training program
And
for
I'm
the
just
first
waiting
class.
for the action to
you started
start.
this after you
So
were
this is the most
yeah.
confusing video
Now it's
game
on
I've ever
every
seen.
Friday?
Yeah, well,
I look
my group
down
isn't
and
doing
it's
it
like,
this
wait,
Friday,
it's
but,
something about the day of the
one
week.
us
Wait,
is.
Okay.
no, somebody's getting killed now. No, wait, somebody's drunk. I'll just wait a few lines. I'm
So,
sure this
all
will all
of
make
that-
sense later.
All of that came from the driver's license?
No, that was the Kate Vine's death. So, what you've got here now, you've got these statements that they've taken, and we can explore with more of this stuff, and eventually discover like certain statements that don't make sense. There's a contradiction between the two of them. You can call them on it and get more information about the
No, there
case.
isn't.
Did you
So it's like
know
an
that
FMV
Kate
movie version
had lost
of
this
Phoenix Wright.
or not?
Basically.
It's kind of like L.A. Noire, except I really just
No, I
want
don't
this
think
dude
so.
to go Cole Phelps
seen
in
it.
every single scene.
Who does the
Doesn't
bike
know
outside?
anything.
You
about
left
the
your
license. I've
bicycle
never-
unlocked!
He lent me it. I need to buy a new lock for it, though.
So it's your bike at the moment.
Yeah. There's no bus service to speak
I'm
of
having
around
a
here,
hard
so it's
time
really
making
the
fun
only
of
way to
this
get around.
because This is totally my jam. This whole thing is my jam.
No, I know.
I like the.
I hope you don't spoil too much of it, because I kind of want
cool.
to buy this game now.
No,
Yeah.
it takes, like,
Well,
we're not
no,
going
I
to be
get
playing
it,
it
it's
long
my
enough
friends
to
and stuff.
see anything
I tried selling it at first, but I
too
didn't have
This is my
any
jam.
spoilery, I don't
James over
think.
at Farmhouse.
Wow,
Everybody
so
go
not
buy
only
his
do we
game.
have
I
to
used to
play
trade
this
it
for
to
an
him
hour,
for herbs
but
and
at
stuff.
the end of that hour, we're not even going to see anything terribly
No, not
interesting. See, I was against this. I'm here against my will. So now you told me that it's just this is it. This is the high point of what we're doing.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Don't worry, it's only a few questions.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we're going to go interrogate his girlfriend.
Cross-exam.
When was the last time you saw Kate Vine?
It was last Thursday in the college library. I saw her and we chatted for a bit. She seemed her usual self.
Make fun of her
What
accent.
was her usual self?
Just.
Man, aren't you so British in this British
Yeah.
rural town?
Way was?
Yeah, ask her why she's
Fuck.
putting. To
she
accuse
just
her of
questioned
having an
everything,
incredibly
how arguments
fake-sounding
and
British
things like that.
accent.
What else?
She was so
Using your
wild, she would
British
take
accent.
tea at any hour. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. She wouldn't even watch Coronation Street.
Well, it wasn't at first, but as the year
I
went
love
on,
how much
she'd
he's
be drunk in the
acting. Jenks
afternoon.
can't stop acting.
But I
I
think
know,
she
it's
cut
great.
down, you know, towards the end of college and when she
Acting.
started her PhD.
Maybe he's hoping they'll be distracted by his performance and they'll forget to lie.
Lost this.
When was the last time
I
you
like-
saw her?
I almost-
Well, it was when I was shooting her. Oh, wait, shit.
He has David Tennant's eyebrows. The expressions
Yeah.
he makes when he raises his eyebrows has a
Oh, it's
very
Simon's
David
cousins.
Tennant
He
thing
uses it
that
to
he's
get to work.
doing.
You know,
It's
It's
like
really confusing to me.
No, I keep
they
telling you to fix it.
directed him differently from everyone else. And like everyone else, like just act like this is a television show, and like with him, it's like please play up literally everything.
Happier
Please
and with your
pretend
mouth
you're on
more
a stage
open.
play.
Oh, that's
Pretend you're in a
Simon's stuff. You
stage
gotta ask
Be
play.
more
That's the
excited,
direction.
more emotion. You're really, really excited about asking about this
Have you ever
guy's
tried Simon's
homebrew beer.
See, no, I don't like beer. I only drink wine. I can't stand spirits either.
Alright, so there's not really anything in here that's contradictory.
I like that you
that's all.
found a
We're gonna
random
leave
key
for now.
and you can't even ask, like, whose key is this?
No, why would you
That's enough
tell
on the
them that you
window for
stole
Emma.
stuff?
Simon always answers the
Whose
front
key
door.
is this? Do you recognize this sweater?
What about this
found
bike
this
that
rock
was in
in
front
the
of your
woods.
house? What do you have
Did
to
you
say
kill
about
her?
this? Oh, man. If it doesn't work out as a detective, he should get a job making
There's
maps.
also a lot of shots of this guy's shoes in this game.
Looks like a piece of jewelry there.
Shoes and knocking on
Stuck between
doors.
the boards.
It's the big
Well,
theme of the game.
Yeah.
really wedged in.
So, it doesn't make you pixel hunt. It does just have a big magnifying glass to mean there is a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure
And
how I
like
feel about that,
very
actually.
occasionally you get this like used item
For
on
forensics, it's
thing
checked out.
interface
I
here.
like
Very well.
it.
But it seems like they forgot
I
about
like
that
it.
after like Act
Oh.
2.
Forensics checked the area, but they didn't find this, and now I'm gonna put my fingerprints on it.
Score? This would be perfect for my Etsy store resale outlet.
By the
Oh,
way,
no,
you guys were talking about how much you wanted to play this. My wife came over here and went absolutely nuts. She was like, "What is this? I must have it." So, I'm apparently the only person that didn't want to do this and thinks this is a horrible idea and this will all end in tears. And everybody else is really enthusiastic, and that really is what hurts the most. That I'm
Listen,
the only one suffering.
Being all...
Listen, if my writing things on the internet career doesn't pan out, my backup career strategy is to become Miss Fisher.
Just make him walk back and forth and between two locations over and over again.
Just walk around the town aimlessly, and every so often just check to see if the pub's open. Like, oh, I think I might go to the pub if it's open. Oh, it's not open yet. Let me go for a walk. Is the pub open yet?
Alright, let's ask about this pendant.
Ever seen this?
Looks like.
Oh my god, he can't stop.
Ta-da!
It's great.
That's my old necklace. I gave this to Kate.
So Kate might have been wearing it last Friday.
Yeah, well, perhaps, but I can't see why. She was always buying new things, you know, lots of jewellery, stuff like that. It's meant to be a bird in cage, but the cage's fallen off. I'll show
Bird
you.
in a cage. There's Bioshock Infinite reference.
I didn't.
Holy
Someone
cow.
present.
Secret admirer.
Not so secret.
I'm just gonna keep laying on those references.
That's how it should have looked.
I like it.
It's called a freedom necklace.
Do you mind if I keep this?
I think it's cute.
So the necklace did
It's
belong
called
to
the
Kate.
Freedom Necklace.
Interesting. I'm
It's
starting to wish
cute.
I brought a spare evidence bag.
Where'd you find that? I found it at the crime scene with the screwdriver I stole from outside your house.
Yeah.
And it's a bird. It
Yeah, I
looks
think
like
Emma
a
had one
raven,
like it.
and that's one of your powers in
Actually, you know
Bioshock
what? Kate
Infinite.
had one.
I like it.
I remember because I asked her
I
about
like
it one
it.
night when we were all out drinking.
Please
in
tell me
college.
we get to put on a
I was probably
diving
pretty
suit.
drunk.
That's what college is all about.
Do you really not get to just present him with the screwdriver you took from outside his house?
No.
Just be like, do you
It doesn't work.
recognize
Back to
this?
asking Simon
That's my
about the
screwdriver. Did you find it at the crime scene? No, I found it just outside, actually.
In that box of your things that you
Alright,
keep
so here we've got our
outside your
first
house for
contradiction.
some reason.
He said
him
he's
to start on
only
him.
known
Well, I took
Kate
to the
for 3
crime scene.
months, but that he saw her wearing this at
So how did
college,
you
which was
know
more than
Kate
3
was
months
wearing
ago.
A freedom necklace 18 months ago at college.
Well,
So-
I knew. Kate at
Ask
college,
him
but I
why
didn't
he had a
get
box
to
of his
know
own
her
things
till we
outside
started
his
Atlas.
house.
Right. So you
Maybe,
didn't
and ask
socialise
him
with
if that's
her at
normal
college,
in England.
And you didn't socialize with her outside of Atlas.
No.
And then explain to your
didn't see
boss
her
why you
outside
took,
Atlas.
why you stole things from a suspect and took them to the crime scene with
Not at
you,
all.
and then used them to, I guess, ruin the crime scene.
So
Just that
Simon
guy's
did know
performance,
Kate
no.
at college, but why would he
Not at
lie
all.
about that? Maybe he knows Kate better than he's willing to admit.
Investigate
We could
behind
go to
the
the
pub.
pub.
See if we,
Working in the pub.
yeah, see if there's a
Or
way into the
We
pub.
could investigate behind the pub.
Some vomit.
Is it-
I better collect this. It could be important in the case.
A broken window.
Do you recognize this screwdriver, sleeping drunk man?
So who's his client? Who is he working for? Does he work for the government? Is he a regular detective?
No, he's a policeman. He's a detective inspector. Oh no, a locked door. Well, you know, we found that key on the other side of town. Maybe it'll just magically fit. Oh, look, it fit.
To open a door that you could have climbed over
Yeah.
anyway.
Breaking and
Oh,
entering
no,
is
that's
totally
not
legal
the
as long as you
fence.
find
Going
your key
inside. What are you
somewhere.
talking about?
Yeah, I thought you were unlocking the fence outside, and I was like, that's ridiculous. Why would they even want that? But now I see. It's the door. So now you're breaking and entering into the pub's basement.
Yes, you're searching without a warrant.
I wonder
The
whose
pub's
house this
basement.
is.
When you can just ask them to let you inside.
Yeah,
Then you wouldn't
I
have
figured
the-
he was a PI because that's the only way you could really get away with doing some of this
Silly
stuff. But if you're a cop,
I told you, he's not a very
Look at
good
this
cop.
mask. I've just found a mask in the basement. It probably relevant to the case, even though things in basements are usually several years old.
Oh, I didn't check behind the
What's
stuff
this?
back there.
A case of beer. I better take this. It could be an important clue. What's that? Is that something at the bottom of that bottle? I better drink it and find out.
Just looks like junk, but it's too dark to tell.
Oh no, I guess we
Take
have to
the
go
ladder.
find a flashlight.
Come on, you can't leave the ladder there. You always need a ladder in an adventure game. Put that sucker in your pants.
opening
Meanwhile,
doors. You're a video game, ladies and gentlemen.
Meanwhile, upstairs, they're just like, do you guys hear something? And it's... What's this? I think I found something inside the basement. Oh, that's
Sorry, what can I get you?
Detective Inspector Jenks. Rebecca, is it?
Yeah.
Recognize this
There's
mask!
been an incident in the village. I'm conducting an investigation.
What can I get you? Detective Inspector Jenks. Right, one Detective Inspector Jenks coming up.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds really disgusting.
It's just a glass of flat
There's been
soda
an
water.
unexplained death locally. Not sure if
You know,
you've heard.
Jenkins is a prison wine.
Yes, it was dreadful news.
You're married to Ryan, one of the.
Okay, if this guy got in a fight with Tex Murphy, who would
I
win?
suppose I am, yes.
Well,
Tex
I just
Murphy,
wanted
Jesus
to ask a few
Christ.
questions about Kate and Atlas, if that's okay.
I don't know.
If this guy got into a fight with the guy who programmed Tex Murphy, that guy would win.
Yeah.
That guy would kill him with the hat that he's wearing. He would murder him with the hat
Do you
on
know
his head.
what this is?
Do you know what this is?
Oh my
This
god, you're showing him
Detective
the mask you stole from their basement!
It's to do with one of Ryan's methods on the course.
He's the best detective ever. I love this.
Masks allow you
Now
to
wear
play
the
things that were
mask.
different for a while.
We're gonna find out who killed the girl, and we're just gonna. He's immediately gonna get off because none of the evidence is admissible.
But students do wear them, yes.
Alright, let's go back and... Oh, by the way, we're talking about Kate Vine.
Not very well.
Oh yeah, and then
That's why
see
we're
what she
here.
thinks of the screwdriver.
Person. You could tell she had problems.
We can ask her
Check out
about
this
Simon's
screwdriver I
homebrew.
got.
We can
Pretty
ask
cool,
everybody about
right?
Simon's homebrew.
Friday.
Even though
She popped in
it's
for a minute.
meaningless and has nothing to do with the fucking story,
Simon's-
we can ask everybody about it.
I didn't see who she was with. She put £20 on the bar and then left.
What was that for?
A breakage, presumably.
£20? Just for a beer glass?
Well, she was very drunk. She just put it on the bar and then walked out.
Was there a broken glass?
Not that I noticed. But she was a strange girl.
But aren't you the bartender? Wait a minute. How could there be a broken glass and you not notice? What?
Have you seen this?
Maybe
before?
she was just letting them into the
No,
bar,
sorry.
not
So you didn't
managing
know
the
if Kate
bar
had
at the
lost it?
time.
No idea.
She's just really bad at
So
all
Josh,
this.
to your knowledge, is it possible to screw up this investigation?
It is. That's one of my complaints about this game. It's basically impossible to not get it eventually. You just like the points where you get stuck are like, oh, I haven't found the correct contradiction or something.
Know anything about Simon Thompson's homebrew?
Ask her about the bicycle.
Apparently.
No,
And the
Once I wish there was a
screwdriver.
detective
She
game
would know.
where the whole case turned out to be a whole mess of loose threads that you can't possibly unravel, and it eventually just becomes a cold case. And it's
You
just about your
recognise
character, like, trying to keep
I've
their
seen students
determination,
wearing
their
them.
focus,
Has
and
some
figure
sort
out what
of
the
meaning,
meaning of
doesn't
this
it? I
is if
forget
you
what
can't
it is now.
find the bad
Seen
guy.
anyone wearing one recently?
Not that I can remember.
How did the window get broken out round the back?
I don't actually know.
How did the window get
someone said
broken
two
round
girls
the
were
back?
arguing outside. I found out after they'd gone.
I noticed
someone
when I
broke
was
into your
breaking
basement?
There's a
Last
broken
Friday,
window
just
back
a
there,
moment about
right?
6:30. I taped over it until I can get it fixed.
How did your
I heard someone
mirror
talking
get
about
broken?
it.
What, the mirror in the pub?
So
No,
that's
the
something
mirror in
about
your bedroom. How did it
arguments.
get broken?
No, not really. I'm quite strict when it comes to barring clients. I don't think are suitable.
He's committing so many crimes. When he solves this case, they're going to have to hire another detective to figure out everything this detective did.
All right.
Do I have
so
3 days to
here's
find out
a
what Detective Jenks
potential-
did? Oh, you're going to need more than 3 days.
So,
But here-
you said Kate gave you £20
Scotland
for
Yard has already
breakage,
seen
but
fit
you
to provide
didn't
you with
have a
your own
breakage.
mask and screwdriver.
That's right.
Do you think the payment could have been for the broken window? Could it have been Kate who was arguing?
Well,
Do you think the payment could have been to the broken window?
Yeah.
Huh? Did you think
Could've
about
been,
that? Did you
probably
even
right, yeah.
think at
You
all?
don't know who she was arguing with.
no, I'm not sure.
I'll ask around.
I don't want to alarm you, but have you considered that it
Realising
might have
Kate's
been
broken the
leprechauns?
Rebecca really should have worked that out before now, unless she did. But why would she lie about that?
There's also a restaurant here, which, like, only one thing ever happens on this screen, so I don't even know why it's there. Whatever.
Okay, now get behind her, choke her out, and then steal her disguise.
Pretend to run the pub.
I would play a game where the hitman is just a detective.
And he questions people, and then he chokes them out and wears their clothes.
Wow. Isn't that interesting?
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Well, once I'm fired...
A flyer for a small bullshit service. That's fascinating. You never see those in small towns.
Once I'm finally drummed out of the police force like I so richly deserve, I'll come back here because I will surely need this support.
I'm a police officer, Detective Inspector Jenks.
What's that?
I also love how the audio just gets like
he must be relevant to the case.
Really bad occasionally.
A death in the village, Kate Vine. There was a death recently.
I knew her.
Like it sounds like they dubbed over this with webcam
could I
mics or
ask you a question,
something.
please?
Dark.
Is
Well,
it
if you
though?
give me your name and address, I'll come later on.
He lies to the detective about how much light there is on planet Earth at the moment, and the detective buys it. He is not a brilliant detective.
There's like 4 houses in this village. Sooner or later, you'll stumble across his house key, and then he'll have nowhere to hide.
Or you could have gone in through his second-story window if you'd just taken that ladder like I suggested. But what? That isn't locked?
The time passed. It's now after 6 p.m.
And that's obviously when Atlas starts their business day.
Yeah.
Ryan was interviewed in the lounge, according to the report. That must be his office.
His office
now run
is
away
in the
real
lounge?
quick before you... Knock on the door and then run away real quick. And hide behind the furniture and
Well, he's
laugh.
not in there.
Oh, well, that ruins the joke, doesn't it? Well, go in, see if he has any tools or masks to steal.
Alright, let's pop over, see if we can find that dude.
Wait, so somebody opened up Atlas, but nobody is home.
Nobody's there.
So they just opened it and ran away.
Oh, let's break and enter.
This village really
somewhere.
has all gone to the rapture.
This is actually a really cute little town to be doing this game is. I know I'm making fun of it like constantly, but this is an adorable little town.
Picture frame.
This is a really good location.
Glass.
Like
Very
I don't mean adorable like, oh, what a cute little town. I mean, this is like the perfect thing if you're doing this kind of crime. Investigate. This is the perfect town for this kind of thing.
Little English country village.
Like, I think this is silly as hell, but I am still charmed by it because it's just so cool. And I actually just, you know...
Oh, does that mean you're warming up to it, Seamus?
No!
Didn't take you long.
Ask him who is on his shirt.
I literally followed you home.
Close the doors, Charlie.
I followed you home.
Can you keep me?
Oh, anywhere's fine. I didn't quite catch your name.
James, sit there.
So
Thank you,
far,
James.
like, I'm in the
Hello,
pro
Mr. Sit
camp.
there.
Why are you asking
Seamus
me
is in the
about
negative
Kate
camp.
Vine?
Mumbles, you're also in the
Routine.
pro camp, correct?
You know Simon, don't you?
Yeah.
Thompson.
What
Why,
camp is
what did he
Campster
say?
in?
That you all went to
I
college
don't belong
together,
to camps.
You and Kate. Is that right?
Might have
I mean, your name would suggest otherwise.
Good enough.
I'm in the I can't stop watching his eyes camp. Like, the just
When
ridiculous
was the
things he
last
does.
time you saw
He's
Kate
constantly
Vine?
surprised at the things
remember.
he's actually
How do you
saying.
know her?
through Simon. His girlfriend was mates with her. Saw her
I'm
around college a few times.
Detective
Did you
Jenks,
socialise with
apparently.
her
Can
much?
you believe it?
She wasn't my type.
This is remarkable. What an unexpected turn of events.
Did you
It's like
know
they're handing him to
whether
the
Kate
the
had
script to
lost
read
this
as
or
he's
not?
acting it.
No.
Yeah, and he's surprised by every line.
It's like a fucking
No.
teleprompter.
You still can't ask about the screwdriver. I want to know about the
No,
know
you
about
can. You
Simon's
cannot ask
bike?
anyone about the screwdriver,
bike?
Seamus.
You haven't seen him on a bike.
I haven't seen him.
When was the last time you saw him?
About a month ago.
Didn't know about the bike.
Have you ever tried?
I
Simon's
can't wait
homebrew?
till everybody in town
Thompson's
tells
Tar.
us how
Yeah,
much they
tried.
don't know about
Did he
that
say?
bicycle.
Well, not Not to me, not for money anyway. We used to trade stuff.
What did you trade?
I make a nice herbal tea as it happens. Him and his
Stuff?
girlfriend were into it.
Things? Nothing,
Lethal.
Strong.
Knock your eyes out.
And does that have anything to do with the case?
I mean...
Ever seen one of these before?
What kind of, like, is it like...
I don't think so.
Is it like an Imperial IPA or something? Like, how do you get it super alcoholic?
Anything about a broken window at the pub?
No, go to the pub.
Do you know
He
anything?
totally recognizes that.
Say
He
that.
totally has seen that necklace before.
Not
Sorry.
about 2 months, 3 months.
Do you know anything
no,
about
Bubbles,
the
your
break-in
input
at the
in this case
pub?
is extremely important.
No, it's stupid.
Ever seen this before?
No, should I have?
No, it's okay.
What the?
I like. Where is he keeping that mask?
Have you ever seen this before? No. Okay.
See, actually, so I'm trying to get a baseline to compare
let's
Jenks
play that
to.
again.
Bubbles, if you were handling this case, like, what would your approach be?
No, should I have?
No,
I
it's
feel like
Torture
there'd be
him
a
for
lot more
information.
Yeah, what Seamus said.
Torture him and find out what he knows about the case.
No.
No, wait.
I feel like he's suplexing it with his eyebrows.
Now, what's all
You
this
wait
stuff in
until
the
he walks out of
workshop?
his house,
Paint,
and then you're
stencils and things like that.
crouching on the
Just a little
roof above him,
sideline
and then you swoop
you do
down
picture framing.
and carry him away,
They're black
and
mirrors.
then you hold him
Scrying
off the
mirrors.
ledge of a building and threaten to drop him
what's
unless he
a
tells you
scrying
everything he
mirror?
knows.
Show you one if you want.
Now, I need you to tell me, what's a scrying mirror? How does one scry with a
Scrying
mirror?
goes back
Explain to me this concept of...
centuries.
Oh,
The
you're
ancient
getting me one, alright, yes.
This country pagans still practice it. The fortune tellers pretend to do it. That's what the crystal ball's all about. It's all scrying. Mirror's just one way of doing it.
But what is scrying?
Depends who you are. People do it for different reasons.
Please tell me this is going to be like one of those 90s FMV games where,
your
like,
mind,
it doesn't start out with the
clearing
premise
your
of
mind,
supernatural stuff existing, but it gradually
communicating
just
with the
creeps
dead.
in all kinds of
Is that
evil
what you use them
supernatural
for,
shit.
James?
Yeah.
Communicating
Why does
with
he
the
have
dead.
it? He's like,
And they make
oh,
them
I was
for
gonna
people
figure
these
out who made the
days.
mess in my
And there's a market
kitchen,
for
but then
these
I
as
realized there's no use
Lots of people
scrying
want to
over
talk to
spilled
the dead.
milk.
Even if they don't believe
You make a profit on them?
Also, it's pretty obvious
Very
Atlas is kind of a cult.
Keep
I
it.
mean,
Keep it.
you saw their base of operations.
What? No.
Also, the
Someone is
mask that
dead.
was in an Atlas
Also,
box.
there's a mega
What
corporation.
else James is into.
Who could have done it?
Be back later on.
I
if that's
really
okay.
think the key to this whole thing is that screwdriver. If we could just get the skinny on the screwdriver, this whole case would break wide open.
God, I am learning so much about English doors. I swear to God.
Those were some sharp
A few more
shoes.
questions, if you don't mind.
They're very pointy. They're a little elfin, actually.
Know anything about a
Might be
broken
too
window
pointy.
at the pub round the back?
Pub.
I like the idea that this is the third time you've been to her house in the last half hour.
I was in the pub on
It's
Monday
great.
with a college friend.
You just keep coming back.
He's kind of like
thing.
stumbling around the entire town,
A few more
just like
questions, if you don't mind.
bumping
Have you
into
seen
people.
this piece of rock?
Just showing them random shit you found around town. Well,
think
what do you
I've
think of
remembered
this? What do you think of this? What about this thing?
Why are you showing me
Did you
this? Oh, it's a
hear
sandwich. I
about
bought it for my
argument in the
lunch.
pub last Friday.
No, I wasn't there.
You weren't in the middle.
I like from their
No,
point
I
of
went
view,
home
he
last-
came by, interviewed
last
them,
Thursday night,
left and went to the
actually, to see
pub,
my
then came
parents.
back.
But you do visit the pub.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I know Rebecca quite
Now
well.
that I've had a few, I think
We
I'm
all
limbed
went
up for the
there.
next round of
Tried to go back to
interrogations.
college.
I don't like to get out the
Is
old
that a
truncheon until I've had a
contradiction?
couple.
No. Okay.
Have you seen one of these before?
Is that from James?
Just.
Now, what do you know about James?
But have
He's
you
creepy.
seen this weird Black
selling them last
Mirror.
Friday at the market.
Does this have anything to do with the case? Please help me out.
Type thing. And I usually go there for lunch.
So you wouldn't buy one of these?
No, I wouldn't. But Kate would.
Was she into this sort of thing?
No, I don't think so. She bought one. And,
Was Kate a witch?
I went round to her flat to try it out.
We still have a few witch-finding rules on the books. I could probably turn this into a big case, a big career-building case.
You just meant to stare into
Figure out if she weighs more than a duck.
Shall I show you?
Go ahead.
Okay, so you
Shall I stare into a mirror for a while?
You just stare like this. And, then you see...
I think the batteries are dead in this thing. This isn't working.
See what?
I like Black Mirror Season 1 better.
Look, you're meant to see a ghost or something. Look, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. I'm telling you, the batteries are dead. You can plug it into the charger or whatever. I like how he wrote that down. Okay, magic mirror. Bullshit. Oh, didn't see that coming.
These people
Really?
are yokels.
Oh, here we go. Is that it? Yeah. She said she wasn't here on Friday.
So, you went home to see your parents on Thursday night, that right?
Yes.
But you said you saw
He
James
gestures a
at the
lot with
market
that
on Friday.
pen.
No, I went to see my parents on Friday night.
What time did you go on Friday?
8 or 9.
And you didn't see Kate at all on Friday?
No.
You're not a very good liar, Emma.
Okay.
Oh, he's mean. I thought she was a pretty good liar.
Go on.
The perfect amount of, like, awful overacting.
I'd lent her £50 because she was desperate, and...
You're not a pretty good liar, Emma. You keep doing this thing with your eyebrows, like they're trying to crawl off your Oh, wait, that's me.
Yes. she did things like that, and she was angry.
I just want to picture a version of this skit where it's like Rutskarn and Josh in a fight. And I want Rutskarn to turn to Josh and be like, "You're not a very good LARPer, Josh," and just storm off.
A motive or something else?
Really, I just want more Rutskarn with the accent.
I've never LARPed with that accent. I've done bad versions of like a dozen accents, but never a bad English accent.
Here we go.
Do a bad Australian accent.
Oh, wait, no, I did do a bad Cockney accent
mate.
one year.
So you lent money to Kate because she was desperate, but she bought loads of
Ask
jewellery
her
and things.
about your
So why
hat.
were you lending her money?
Well, no, it's
See if
because,
she likes it.
It's...
It wasn't about money, was it, Emma?
No.
Go on.
Okay, in all seriousness, aside from Jenks, I'm actually kind of digging this, but
because
Jenks is just so
she was going to
awful, I'm
blackmail
enjoying
Ryan, the guy
making
from
fun of
Mattress
it.
over an affair he was having, and then tell his wife if he didn't give her the money.
Ryan's affair with Kate.
No, I don't know. I think he was having an affair with another student, and Kate found out.
And why were you involved?
You have to admit that
Because I
Jenks
didn't
is
really
fun
agree
to
with
watch, though.
I didn't agree with what she was doing, even if he did have an
Yeah,
affair.
but it's
never
like he's from a
boring.
different game.
Friends with Ryan.
No, I'd never
Yeah.
met him.
You just
He's from like a cartoon game where it's all campy and fun, and everyone else is playing it straight. And I don't know if I'd rather have a game where
sure
everyone
about
plays
this.
it campy or
Emma's
everyone plays
either
it
on a moral
straight.
crusade,
He
or there's
actually
another
thinks
reason
he's just
she
a
was
voice
worried about
actor and they're
Kate
going to animate the
blackmailing
character
Ryan.
later. He doesn't realize what kind of job he signed on for.
The suspects are Sherlock, Jenks is the Great Mouse Detective.
Yeah, pretty much. I do like the contradiction system. I mean, it's basically, you know what, Phoenix, right? But it worked there, and there's no reason it wouldn't work here.
I seem to remember there's something else here that was a contradiction, but... I don't remember what it is. Alright, let's go talk to Simon.
Thank you.
Oh, also, if you get stuck, you can, like, go to a fucking call box. Because I guess this guy doesn't have a mobile phone. And call the chief. And the chief gives this, like, really sarcastic advice.
Chief, I can't seem to make any headway in this case. Have you tried breaking into places and stealing things? I mean, yes, a bit, I suppose.
It looks a lot like an Atlas mask. We use them for some of the workshops and stuff.
Really?
Well, if this case isn't solved by morning, I won't be giving your phone back.
You have to say something boastful or arrogant. You do it first without the mask, and then you say it with a mask.
Pointers?
Well, it's easier when you have the mask on, isn't it? People are not as afraid to be...
I love that genuine look of confusion on Jenks' face.
Well, it was advertised.
He spends the whole game, like, affecting a bit of confusion, but that case he sounded actually just kind of baffled and annoyed.
This is the advert that was at my college. To be honest, I've learned more in 3 months at Atlas than I did in 3 years at business school.
Can I keep that?
Yeah, go for it.
Now people are just letting him take things.
That might be useful as a conversational starter.
Excuse me, that bread maker, can I keep that? I think that might be useful to the case.
At the pub.
No, I don't really go to the pub very often. I'm not exactly a pub person.
Know anything about an argument at the pub?
I'm not exactly a pub person.
No,
do you know anything about an argument?
What did you do after
in the pub? Maybe?
Just went home. Came here. Just came straight back.
I agree, the pub's not very interesting, but have you been to the pub's basement?
Ever seen one of these?
Yeah, that's one of James's. He's into like New Age stuff, mysticism, magic spells, that sort of thing. He's nuts, though. I mean, he thinks the government are tracking him or something.
Why would he think that?
Well, I don't know. You'd have to ask him.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Probably back about 15 to 20 minutes.
Atlas.
Give me 5 minutes, I'll saunter back in, hang on.
Business course. I went with Simon when he first went, but it wasn't really my thing.
How often did you go?
Just the once.
And you decided it wasn't for you?
Yeah, I'd been to something similar, so decided it wasn't for me.
Are there multiple cult-like business
This isn't
training
the right
courses
cult for me. I'm looking for a more personalized cult experience. This one feels a little too corporate, a little too slick.
Aha. You said you went to an Atlas
I'm looking for something a little bit more space aliens and a little bit less elder gods.
Because I happen to know that Ryan is the main lecturer at Atlas. But you say you never met him. Why did you say you don't know him?
Well, let me look like I'm trying to inflate a balloon for a moment.
I just need to make sure Simon doesn't find out.
I won't be telling Simon anything he doesn't have to hear.
And you can't tell Rebecca either.
Go on.
Sadly,
Okay,
you
so the
cannot
affair-
actually go and tell them about this.
What happened was between Ryan and I. I was having the affair, and Kate knew.
Right,
So
she
Kate
did it
was
to conceal the.
blackmailing
She
both of
killed
you.
Kate to conceal the affair.
Didn't care about
Case
me.
solved.
It was
All
part of the
right,
course, you see, having
let's
to
go to the
take all these
pub.
risks.
Knock one down.
She thought it was
Call it a
funny
night.
to turn it back on Ryan. She thought I wouldn't care.
Break another window.
Did.
Yes, I was already with Simon when Ryan and I, and I didn't want Simon finding out.
And if we
Kate
can't
thought
put her
that he
behind
wouldn't,
bars
I
for
didn't
the
want to
murder,
risk
I'm
it.
sure we can at least get her
Then
sent
if
away
Rebecca
for all these
found out,
break-ins
then
and
Simon would
thefts that have
definitely
happened
found out,
around
and then
town
it would have
tonight.
blown up and it would have just been a big mess.
And so you just argued and...
So Mumbles,
Yeah.
Well, she just stormed off.
you
and
still on
went-
board with this video
And that
game?
was it. You didn't see her
Yeah,
again
no.
that night.
I am.
Are you sure?
Why wouldn't I be?
Yes.
Well, you haven't said anything about it in a while. You've just been so
Yeah,
engrossed in
because
it.
you guys are all making fun of it, and I don't have anything mean to say about it, so I'm just hanging out.
Oh, now you make me feel like a bad guy.
No, it's okay.
Well, that's because we are the bad guys. We talk about this all the time. We are exactly what's wrong with video games reviews and stuff. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna say something nice right now about this game. I actually like Jenks's performance a lot.
Inspector.
Who are you looking for?
No, I think it's great. I think if like he just played it straight, it would be a little too boring.
I did one last year too. Same place.
Did what?
Drowned a student. Ask that psycho about it.
I also want to say that, like, I think we make fun of, like, the adventure game tropes of just, like, stealing items and stuff. But that's actually, like, that kind of hilariousness is actually my favorite part of adventure games. Just the idea that you're going around collecting shit, like, they probably won't miss this, when they absolutely, like, this is just, like, the stuff that they own. It's also, like, it's not like, you know, you don't do the exact same thing in RPGs or just about everything else,
I think
actually.
I might call the station, find out a bit more about this Liam.
I think the fact that it's an FMV game, though, gives, like, the active minor weird things more weight. Like, stealing a screwdriver out of a recycling bin. It feels weird here in a way it wouldn't in, like, Zelda.
It feels weird here. If this was just a pixely kind of Sierra game, or LucasArts adventure game, you wouldn't really think much of just lifting items. But because you're seeing live actors pick up items from the crime scene, you just can't... It looks like a TV show, so you can't help but think of it like a TV show.
Yeah, don't I know it?
Wait, is Jenks your first name?
Thanks, Mike.
Maybe it's his first name and his last name. Maybe he's like Jenks, J. Jenks.
No, he has a last name. Jenks is his first name.
My wife watches a lot of British mystery shows, like modern ones, old ones. She just, like, that's half of the stuff she watches. And this looks a lot like them. Not just, like, because of the location, but the way it's shot. It just looks like those things, so I keep trying to think of it in those terms. And so when he does adventure gamey stuff, it looks so hilarious to me.
It means you.
And this is exactly how you act in front of a police officer.
No, I'll give you a fine this time.
So, if I do something that you don't like, I have to give you some money. What happens if you do something that I don't like? You're going to give me some money.
Just shoot him. Come on, shoot him.
Discuss it at the moment. Could you
Yeah, all your British firearms in Britain, where the police carry guns. Oh, this is the best part of the game.
I'm a detective.
Oh my God.
I'm not used to all this. I'm a cop. I'm not used to all this unpleasantness.
That was...
What a prize.
That was ridiculous.
That was some bad CGI.
Either he's a die-hard rock fan, or
Can you
the
guess what we get to do now?
Oh wait, I want
to get to run around town and ask people about the fucking devil horn sign. Ask everybody about it.
That's great. It's just like everything this guy finds is numinous.
Inspector Jenks, I'm conducting an investigation in the area. Wouldn't mind asking you a few questions.
Oh, look at this douchebag.
Come in, Inspector.
Thank you.
He does have a villain look to him, doesn't he?
Are you kidding? That's middle-aged Michael Cera. That's Michael Cera in 30 years.
Wait, so this game has attractive Gary Busey and middle-aged Michael Cera in the same game?
So you want
I'm telling you, look at that. That guy is so Michael Cera, except his hair isn't like curly.
Bubbles does have a point in that, like, this is the first guy in the game who really, like, physically screams douchebag.
Well, we have reason to believe there may be rather more.
I don't know, the blonde guy was kind of a douchebag too.
I'd be prepared to assist in any way possible.
Both of them are creepy. Sorry.
The finger symbol.
This, would that mean anything to you?
Okay, I wanted to ask you, does the word YOLO sound familiar to you? Do you know what that means?
It's not something we use on the course, Inspector. I don't even know what that could possibly mean exactly.
I believe the last time you saw Kate Vine was at the pub last Friday, then you came straight back with some of the students, is that right?
Yes, I like to have a glass of port or two after a long day, and benefits of being married to the landlady.
How did she seem that night?
The landlady?
Okay, this is working for me because they're both campy as crap.
Well, she was her usual self, drunk.
That was usual.
This is like the first time they're both overacting, and it's great.
Yes. She was a very bright star, lots of potential, very enthusiastic.
No, I think this game is really great for what it is.
That, like, nobody has had...
Yes.
Nobody has said... Oh, yeah, exactly.
When she joined about 3 months ago.
You're actually right. It's great because, like, you're acting like a detective and he's acting like a cartoon villain.
There was anything wrong?
Do you mean, did I expect her to drown herself? Of course I didn't
I like how he's got a candelabra there.
Nobody expected that.
See, I like this.
It was quite a shock.
There's not that dissonance there. It's no longer like self-serious, young actor against him. It's two cornball guys both going like, I'm going to get to the bottom of this with ridiculous eyebrows. And the other guy's like, I am not evil.
Takes a sip of scotch. Of course it was a shock. I was very aroused to discover she was dead. I mean, I was very surprised to discover she was dead. Anyone would be.
I think so, yes. I think
and I don't mean that to make fun of it. I actually really dig that this is going full camp now. This is much more enjoyable to me.
No, there's another character that gets introduced like later than we'll probably get. That's really good too.
Does he make homebrew?
I still plan to buy this game. I think.
Sorry.
Is this on Steam?
Yeah.
Wait, for money?
No,
or can you just like trade them a screwdriver for it?
It's a freedom necklace. It's a symbol
to collect
we use on
10
the course.
screwdrivers
It's
and mail
supposed to
them.
represent freedom from the chains of your ancestors.
A screwdriver, an old key, and a mask.
I haven't, but I've seen the students wearing them.
And you break into their house.
What do you know?
Where did you actually hear about this game,
window
Josh?
At the back of the pub.
Rebecca told me about it.
I just figured it out. It's like he's speed dating.
I told her to...
Like, every question he asks is like, have you ever done this thing?
Very health and safety conscious these days.
The giant bomb guys were doing stuff about this game like 6 months ago, and they were super into it. And I could kind of see why.
Can you tell me about this?
Haven't seen that for a while.
He has to put it on for everybody. I love this.
Of course. He passed away last year.
What does the symbol mean?
I hope one of the other clues you find...
It's the symbol of the
he stumbled off a balcony in an ill-lit warehouse when he was alone.
Waning of the moon. It's an ancient
I like that he has to put the mask on for everybody that he asks about it. And one of the other clues is a corset, and so he has to like put it on for each person and then ask them about it. What do you think of this?
It's not particularly relevant. We don't use it on the course, no.
Do you know anything about an argument at the pub last Friday?
What time?
So what do you know about the break-in at the pub?
Opened.
No. I usually leave for the manor house.
Remember, he's married to the landlady.
Preparations around 6:30. I might.
Well, that's the other thing I was going to say is like I love that even though this has got like young students and super billionaire evil guys, since it takes place in a small town where everything is within walking distance, it's okay to have like this ridiculously interwoven cast where the millionaire guy knows the local pub as well as the local teenager or local college students do.
Well, I used to have one myself, actually, along with lots
I wonder if they were filming this
of that nature, silly things, you know.
with both actors in the room at the same time.
When I was in my teenage years, I had quite an obsession with that kind of thing.
This is a more maybe,
I was a very somber child.
Like, because there are some, like, when he's with Simon, you know, you can see him and Simon at the same time, but in this one, like, they're never in the same frame.
What sort of books did you read?
Well,
so like, did they just like
black magic,
give them the script and just film shot reverse shot as they were going through it, or did they like set it up and there was someone in the background going, "Okay, Jenks is asking about this"?
Of course I'm not. I mean, I don't need to believe in the supernatural, Inspector. The natural world is far more interesting. Don't you think so?
But I'm not evil.
That was excellent. That delivery right there. That was great.
Seriously.
That's the first one we ever had made.
That's the most evil way to deny that you're a witch I have ever heard.
Find a name for this place. It took you weeks.
Like, do you worship Satan? No. I don't need to.
Being honest, I plucked it out of thin air one night in the George while I was having a few gin and tonics. Well, actually, somebody left a book and I stole it.
I think he's got you beat. I think he's out acting you here, Joe. I think you need to retreat.
What can you tell me about
and take some bad acting lessons.
Battle.
You mean the boy who committed very unfortunate, isn't it?
Did you know him?
Oh yes. Well, when I say know him, I met him in the pub. Seemed
He's
very happy
out.
sort of person.
He is emoting circles around you, Joshua. You got to get your head in this bad acting game. Come on, man. You got to reach down deep inside yourself and find your inner ham. And then ask him about the screwdriver.
Thank you.
All right, we gotta ask more people about the devil horns.
Man, you should like gone to the bathroom in the pub. I bet there'd be a wealth of clues in there. What? It says here that Wilkins is having an affair with Dora.
There you go. Come on. Cute.
Oh, he's wearing an apron now.
Of adventure games where you have to go and talk to everybody about the new thing you found.
No idea you're a cook.
Oh, no.
That does kind of set in with this game.
No, I don't do it so much. I used to grow my own herbs and everything.
Oh, here?
That's actually a really cool apron.
Farmhouse where I used to live.
Oh, where was that?
You're wrong, but I like that you're being nice.
The farmer used to
that's a really cool looking apron. I want it.
Greenhouse to grow stuff.
I didn't know you knew James that well.
Well, didn't really.
That's way too 70s for me.
Where are the greenhouses?
Yeah, but it's like ironic 70s. It's great.
Farmyard at the back.
Yeah, ironic. Hey, oh yeah, this is a swastika on the wall, but don't worry, it's ironically a swastika, right?
I like that you just compared the 70s to Hitler.
Yes,
you Godwin an entire decade.
Yes, the 70s were literally worse than they are the Hitler of decades. That's what I wanted to say. The 70s were the Hitler of decades.
In the 70s?
The three fingers thing. The three freedoms.
It was when I was. That's when I divorced my first wife. It was really rough on me.
Phrase, free to be free.
This has been the spoiler warning 6th anniversary episode.
Things that stop you being successful.
What are they?
Everything sucks, and I'm
fear of failure.
old.
Things that stop you being successful. Like, well, you know, fear of failure, guilt, doubting, self-doubt, the petty morality of the weaklings who surround you.
It stops you looking forward.
Your wife, your firstborn son.
It serves no practical purpose. It's basically
The body you can't figure out how to get rid of before the inspector. Oh shit.
Free to be free.
The crucifix hung above your door by the local witch hunter.
What do you know about Liam?
Liam.
You know, I want to see a sequel to this game where instead of a detective, you're a health inspector, and you just ask ridiculous questions about all the different people that work at like McDonald's.
No, I know.
What do you know about Ronald McDonald?
Didn't really know him. It's sad though.
We are coming up pubic hair in the frying vat. You wouldn't happen to know anything about it, would you?
That's all for the moment.
And then for no reason at all, he'll be like, "And what do you know about this?" And he pulls out the mask and puts it on.
This is what happens after Jenks gets fired from the force.
No. Why?
It's okay.
This is legitimately a pretty great game if you have any tolerance whatsoever for FMV games and hilarious acting.
So that's ASL for I love you, but I don't actually know if there's like a UK sign language that's equivalent.
The phrase "free to be free"?
It's not the horns, because for the horns you need to tuck your thumb over your middle two fingers.
I first heard it when I went with Simon.
Oh god, this is an Assassin's Creed advert game, isn't it? Oh god damn it.
They said that you shouldn't feel guilty if you do something wrong. I don't agree with that.
No?
No.
I'm telling you, just arrest her. She's close enough to guilty. She's acting guilty enough. This is close enough.
I don't know, but I don't think you agree with that.
What if she didn't do it, Seamus?
Well, there's always the break-in at the pub.
What do you know?
But the whole point is that none of these Atlas guys would feel guilty if they did something wrong, because they're all like...
Only that I didn't know really well.
Yes, they are.
That was Rutskarn, ladies and gentlemen, lagging out
on, if that's okay.
once again.
Okay, so we've been at this for an hour, and we still haven't figured out who killed that hat.
I think it's just going to remain unsolved forever, Seamus.
Anybody have anything
Let's go back down behind the pub again. Let's break in.
Root through the garbage.
Mumbles, any last words?
Watch New Japan Wrestling.
Yes!
Good night, everybody.
Thank you for watching for 6 years, you crazy bastards.
Unfortunately, we're canceling the show and replacing it with New Japan Wrestling. It's what the cool kids are apparently watching these days.
Rainmaker! Okada!